So this weekend it's non-league day. With no Premier League or Championship games, a bit of non-league action is the perfect way to fill the footballing void on your Saturday afternoon, going down to check out your local team and support your community. The quality of non-league football is nothing to be sniffed at, and if you're lucky, you might see the next big thing, because there is a plethora of great players who began their career playing outside of the Football League. So let's take a look at a non-league to Premier League 11. In goal it's Joe Hart. He may be a two-time Premier League winner, but Joe Hart's journey to the top began with playing in the Conference for Shrewsbury Town. Hart made his senior debut at 17 years old in the Conference, but spent the following year as backup, breaking back into the side when they returned to the Football League. The keeper moved to Man City in 2006, although his time with the club is coming to an underwhelming end, having spent last season on loan at Torino and this year at West Ham on a temporary deal. At right back it's Steve Finnan. Best known for his time with Liverpool, Steve Finnan is the only player to play in the World Cup, a Champions League, UEFA Cup, Intertoto Cup, all four levels of English football and the Conference. The fullback's career ended in 2010 at Portsmouth, but it all began in 1993 when he was released by the Wimbledon Academy at the age of 16 and joined non-league side Welling United. After 2 years he was snapped up by Birmingham City and famously started in Liverpool's 2005 Champions League win. Centre back is Chris Smalling. A well documented journey from non-league to Premier League, Chris Smalling joined Maidstone United at the age of 16, making his league debut in December of 2007 against Harlow Town, having already appeared in the FA Trophy and Isthmian League Cup. After only 11 league appearances, Smalling left in April 2008 to join Middlesbrough, where his contract was terminated after just 1 month and the defender moved back down south to join Fulham. His Premier League debut came in May 2009 and he signed for Manchester United a year later, having already agreed a deal the previous January. He's alongside Craig Dawson. Currently in his 7th season as a Premier League defender, Craig Dawson's journey to Tony Pulis' backline didn't begin at a flashy academy, starting up in the Northern Premier League for Radcliffe Borough as a 17-year-old. Dawson scored 15 times in 95 appearances for the club and is considered as Radcliffe Borough's biggest success story. The defender joined Rochdale in 2009, then West Brom in August 2010, and nowadays resides in your fantasy team's defence. At left back is Stuart Pearce. A man whose career technically began and ended at non-league level, Stuart Pearce knows all about playing at the top and bottom of the footballing ladder. Clearly a wise man, Pearce rejected an offer from Hull City as a youngster, instead playing for Wealdstone in the Alliance Premier League alongside his work as an electrician. After almost 5 years he joined Coventry City for 30,000 quid. During his career he played for Forest, Newcastle, West Ham and Man City before retiring, although he did appear for Longford at the age of 53 in 2016, who were dubbed the worst team in the UK. Psycho appeared as a substitute in a 1-0 defeat to Watton Rovers before heading back into retirement. On the right of midfield it's Michail Antonio. At just 27 years old, Michail Antonio has played for a lot of clubs, showing just how hard it has been for him to climb his way up to the Premier League, joining West Ham in 2015. Having played for the Hammers, Nottingham Forest, Sheffield Wednesday, Colchester, Southampton, Cheltenham and Reading, it was Tooting and Mitcham United where it all began for Antonio, signing as a 17-year-old where he scored on his debut. In the middle it's Vinnie Jones. From the Alliance Premier League all the way to Hollywood, it's been quite a career for Vinnie Jones. Dubbed as the ultimate hard man, Jones is now more known for his acting rather than his football, but his career began in the early 80s for Wealdstone, just like Stuart Pearce, so they've got a good record for producing talent. Wimbledon paid Wealdstone 10 grand for Jones, who went on to become an infamous member of the Crazy Gang. He's alongside Sam Clucas. From a hard man to a ginger, Sam Clucas cost Swansea City £16.5 million this summer, which is impressive for a lad who was playing in the Central Midlands Football League back in 2009 for Netherlands, following his release from Leicester City. This wouldn't be Clucas' only dabble with non-league, playing for Hereford in the Conference after their relegation in 2012. Nowadays, Clucas is on a mission to make sure it's not 2 relegations from 2 seasons in the Premier League, having suffered that fate with Hull City last season and enduring a tough start in Wales. On the left wing it's Yannick Bolasie. The midfielder has been out of action for 10 months due to a cruciate knee ligament injury, but despite being on his way to missing a year of football, Bolasie must be proud of his climb up the football ladder, having seemed a million miles away from the Premier League. The Everton winger's career began with Hillingdon Borough in the Southern Football League, and he also spent time on loan in the Conference with Rushden and Diamonds. Up front we've got Kevin Phillips. The only ever Englishman to win the European Golden Shoe, Kevin Phillips has played in the Premier League for 5 different teams, but it was Baldock Town where he began his career back in 1991 after being released by Southampton. Phillips was used as a defender at the start of his career, but got his break up front due to an injury crisis, and he never looked back, scoring twice on his first appearance as a striker, and then joining Watford in December of 1994 for an initial £10,000. During his first season in the Premier League with Sunderland, Phillips scored 30 goals to win him the Golden Shoe award. Not bad for a lad who'd been playing non-league football 6 years earlier. And finally, it's Jamie Vardy. We couldn't have a non-league to Premier League 11 without including Jamie Vardy. Released by Sheffield Wednesday, Jamie Vardy didn't know anything other than non-league football before 2012. The England international would bang in goals for Stocksbridge Park Steelers, Halifax Town, then Fleetwood, before finally getting his big move, joining Leicester City for £1 million, a non-league record. Vardy helped propel the Foxes to the Premier League, helped keep them in the top flight, then scored 24 times as they did the impossible and won the Premier League. The striker now has his own academy where he looks to give exposure to non-league talent. So there it is, our non-league to Premier League 11. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Will you be going to see some non-league football this weekend? Let us know who you're going to go watch in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.